Alright, hey everybody, I'm here with a review gameplay for this new, well, semi-new MMO called Simple MMO. It is essentially a text-based MMO, so don't expect any fancy graphics. I mean, there's a couple sprites here and there for enemies and stuff, but the game prides itself on being extremely simple, lightweight, and just bare bones. But it does have a surprisingly high number of features, and it's pretty interesting. It's very much a casual game, a very casual MMO. You can just play it for a few minutes when you have a break or something at work, or if you're catching a bus or something. For people that live in the city, you don't have that problem. But yeah, it's very simple. It's almost kind of like it feels almost like a idle game, even though it's not an idle game. I mean, you can't earn stuff while you're not playing, but as far as I know, you can't. But it does share some similarities. This is the main character. This is the main menu here. There's a bunch of options. You have the character stats at the top. My character is a rogue. I think there's like 3 classes. I think there's a mage. I think there's a mage, rogue, and a warrior, I believe. I'm not 100% sure on that. You got my XP, HP, and my energy. I'm not exactly sure what energy is used for, because it's not energy like in the traditional sense of the word in video games, because the steps right here with the footprints, that's kind of like your energy. That's like how much you can play, and eventually that will run out. But so far I've been playing for a while. I've been playing for about 30 minutes or so. I have not ran out of energy yet. And this is one of those kind of games where you're probably never going to sit down and play it for more than like 30 minutes to an hour at a time anyway. So I think it works pretty well. I've talked about this in my previous video that I'm not a real big stickler for energy. I think it's okay in video games. Then you got the travel button. The travel button basically allows you to travel, which is the meat of the game. You just go these randomly generated scenarios where things happen. You either get an item, you either fight a monster, or you just gain experience. Those are the options I've seen so far. Town has a bunch of different stuff you can do. Let's go to town real quick. You got the shop. I haven't really clicked on that yet, but I'm assuming it's just like a shop where you can buy things. Yeah, you can buy different kinds of items here. Oh, you got different kinds of shops here. Buy your starter goods here. I didn't know that was even a thing. I never knew this. Fruit and veggie shop. Fruit and veggie shop is for healing items. They heal you. The locksmith shop, I guess, is where you oh, okay, it's where you buy the keys to open the chest. And then pet shop, buy your starter. I didn't know they had pets in this game. Okay. Let's see what else is at town. Town also has the game center. This is basically like, I think here. Oh, this must be like a casino type thing where you can win more money. Okay, I see how it works. Okay. Let's go to the player market. Is basically an auction house. And yes, this game actually has an auction house, a text-based clicker kind of game has an auction house. That's interesting to me. But let's see what they have in the auction house. Okay, we got so everything here seems to be pretty cheap, except for, I mean, there's 1,000 gold here. That's probably a lot, but 49, 15 gold. That's not too hard to get in this game as of right now, because I think I've got like 30 gold or something right now. Let's see. Just kind of wanted to show you guys some of the different features in the game. Show you guys that it's not as simple as it may seem to be. You get your daily rewards, you got your open your chests, and you got your earn steps. Earn steps is basically like watch a video and you get some more playtime out of the game. Okay, let's see what else in the shop. I went too far actually. Let's see. Go back to town. Oh wait, no, I did everything in town. Okay. Then you got the battle arena, which is basically where you fight monsters. You can fight monsters by traveling too, but this is basically like a more freeform way to do it. And I'm assuming there's some kind of limit to how many monsters you can fight, because it would be kind of crazy if you could just fight monsters over and over and over and just gain levels. So I'm assuming there's a limit to how many you can fight per day or per hour or whatever. Then you got events. There's no events right now, so you got messages, you got quests. Quests are basically like they just send you on the quest immediately to do something. And I have 1 quest point. I'm assuming the quest points regenerate every so often, because I just did like 5 quests a while ago. We got Save a Cat, and we got Protect a Farmer. Protect a Farmer gives us more stuff, so let's do Protect a Farmer. And as you can see, it's so far it's always been successful, but I'm sure there's a success rate to it, and I'm sure you can fail them. Otherwise, the game would be no fun. Let's see, and then you get your character sheet. This is where you can add to your stats. I don't have any stat points right now, but there's Dex, which increases your chances at succeeding missions. So I'm assuming Dex is probably really important if you want to level up based on quests. Like if you're doing like quests every second you get a chance, you're probably gonna want high Dex ability. Defense is for basically protecting you in battle, helping you absorb more damage, and pretty standard stuff. Strength is obviously for damage output. And then we have inventory. My inventory, I have a wooden bow and a knockoff t-shirt. And then I have some items. Well, that's what's equipped, and then I have some items. Okay. And ladder board, community, earn, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of little random things. There's also a chat bar in here where people are talking. See? This guy just said something like, it's actually pretty active. It's a pretty active chat. Like, there's a lot of people playing this game, apparently. You are not the one selling the cheeses. I am in the ladder board. Okay. So yeah, see, there's even a chat system. So it does have a social element to it. It's not like super social because you kind of have to go out of your way to click that chat bar and stuff. And you can sell items to other players. So there is a form of community in this game, which is pretty cool. All right. Let me actually show you guys the actual gameplay, I guess, if you want to call it gameplay. So here, I push the travel button and I gain 1 experience. And then I push travel again, which consumes another step, and I gain 3 experience. They also give you little story synopsis things, and most of them are usually pretty funny or pretty sarcastic. The game definitely has a sense of humor to it. Undertaker attempts to sell you a coffin. You inform him that's the last thing you'll ever need. See, they try to give you a little bit. They try to give you a little bit of humor with all the little descriptions. Just saw some people cutting up onions and crying. You can't understand why they were so attached to a vegetable. See, I mean, these things. Some of them are kind of hit and miss, but some of them are kind of funny. See, I just leveled up, so I have 2 points now that I can add to something. So I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 point to strength and add 1 point to defense. Because I'm trying to make I want my character to be a little bit higher in his dex, but I still want to keep everything else at a decent number. Okay, and let's go to travel. Let's travel some more. You found a carrot. See? Cool. The carrots are basically used to regenerate health, as all the other food items are too. A bat approaches you. Okay, so this is combat. Combat is extremely simple in this game. I don't even know if the characters can learn abilities or not, but so far basically it's just straight up attacks, and attacks are based on how much strength you have, and oh, this thing's actually hurting me. This is the first time I've been hit so far in the game. Let's see. But it's nothing really to worry about. I'll survive. Okay. You win the battle and you gain 12 XP. So yeah. You emerge from the hole that you call your home and said, "Oh, okay, cool." I think that's what it always says there. You hire Bob Ross to paint a new landscape for you to stare at. See, that's actually really funny. I think that's actually pretty clever. During your travels, you begin to ponder where the endless leaves come from. Is there a giant tree in the sky? How did that tree... See, that's funny too, because the game is very self-aware, because they're making fun of the fact that these leaves are just falling all the time in the screen. A bounty hunter passes by. He looks you over and assesses you quickly before continuing on. See, some of them are not as interesting. Like that one was not... That one was a little bit more story, like more RP oriented. So, but this is basically the gist of the game. Is you basically you travel every 5 seconds, and you find either items, or you level up, or you fight something. Something happens, and eventually your character grows a little bit as you do it more and more. And apparently there's cool items you can get later on. When you level up more, you can start actually finding rare and legendary items that have cool stats and stuff. Because that's what it sounds like when people are talking about in the chat room. People are always talking about in the chat room about selling these different legendary items or trying to get them and stuff. So the game does seem to have a little bit of depth as it gets farther in. But yeah, it is a very, very simple game. It's not really anything special to look at. And I know that it's probably not the most exciting game to watch somebody play on YouTube, but I just figured I would cover it because it is a cool game. And if you guys are looking for a game that's very very simple, very lightweight, doesn't take a lot of memory or whatever, and something that you can easily just, like I said earlier, like something that you can easily play on the bus or at a doctor's office or whatever, you know, this is definitely a game for you. You found a mushroom, cool. Another healing item, I'm assuming. You gain 7 super points. Alright, well, I don't want the video to drag on too long. I try to keep my videos around 10 to 15 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and cut it off here. But thank you guys for checking out this video. This is my review gameplay session for Simple MMO. I'm actually kind of enjoying this game, and I kind of want to see like how far. Like, I want to see how much the game progresses as I go. So I might do another video on this in a couple days. We'll have to see, but I am so far I am enjoying it. So yeah, see you guys later and have a good one.